Alright, so 1 year ago, I ordered and got this USA Jakey Lee SoCal. It is such a great guitar. I was super hyped up whenever I got it. But, like with many of these guitars that I buy, I like to come back a year later and give you guys a re-review. Lots of you have said that you dig these. So I'm going to do one on this guitar, and I have another guitar this month you guys will see that I'm going to do a re-review on. And just see if my opinion has changed at all, how I feel about it, or has it strengthened how much I like this guitar, or do I even still have the guitar to make the video about? So this one, as many of you guys know, a few months ago, I was making so many Jakey Lee videos, not even intentionally, they just kind of like kept happening. But Jake is a huge, inspiration for me as a player, and this guitar in particular is a very, very important guitar for me because it was one of the first guitars I ever saw that was a Charvel. Now, as many of you know, Jake's guitar is not actually a Charvel. It is a 70s Strat that someone at Charvel turned into what we know as his white SoCal. So before we get too far into all of this stuff though, the awesome people over at Sweetwater were nice enough to sponsor this video. I actually bought this from them last year, and if you can get these in stock or even the import version, the Pro Mod that they make of these is also fantastic. I have demoed and done videos on all of them, both the SoCals and the San Dimas Jakey Lees. So I got all the videos. And on this one, if you guys want the full specs, I will link it down below to my original video. This is, like I said, this isn't going to be like a, here's all the tones, here's all the specs again, none of that stuff. There's links if you want those. This is just an updated opinion, I should say, about the guitar. Now, something that has nothing to do with this guitar, but you might have noticed, look at this, no finger brace on my hand, finally. When I'm playing guitar, I still do wear the brace, so you'll see that, and I'm also going to use some clips from a previous video where I played some Jake riffs. I'm in the rehab phase of my index finger. I can't really like play full strength yet, but I'm still going to use the splint, and I'm just going to borrow some riffs that I played before my finger was all jacked up. But the guitar itself, it is such a great guitar. The a few big things. It is a hardtail Strat, and if you have never played one like that, where the strings are going through the body and all that, it is something you really need to try. They totally have a sound that, when you put a tremolo system in a guitar, it really does change the way it sounds. You also have the slanted pickups, and it puts the pickups in a slightly different spot as well. So if you're a person like me who, I hate having a middle pickup, and I would always hit it with my pick. The slant of this one, I don't hit the pickup at all. I don't have to drop it all the way down. I get to actually enjoy a middle pickup sounding the way it's supposed to without, cranking the thing all the way down flush with the pick guard. So if that sounds like you, this is a great choice for you. Obviously, Jakey Lee fans are going to be like, is that a Jakey Lee? But a lot of people are probably just going to be like, that's a cool white-looking Strat thing. Like I said, the hardtail, huge part of this one for me anyways. I love it. I've tried to incorporate so much whammy bar into my playing the past couple years. I get to this, and it reminds me that, the tremolo stuff needs to be, and this is just my opinion, used as a nice seasoning or flavor. You can get carried away on it real quick. So playing a guitar like this, it takes it away, and it puts so much more pressure on my left hand to be like, hey, all those bends and dips and dives, all right, maybe now we're going to pre-bend. We're going to do all these different things. And I love that. I love the way that this guitar makes me play, and it just sounds great. It is such a big sounding guitar. I'm just going to be playing these clips here, both the ones that I'm borrowing from my previous video and the playing I do today. You'll know because I'll have a brace on my finger. It's just the aspects, the same settings that I always use. One of the drawbacks I have seen people say with this guitar is that it is only 21 frets. Like I said, you have to remember this is modeled after Jake's own SoCal, which was a 70s Fender. So you do get the better truss rod adjuster than like a, the Blueburst. You get an actual bullet truss rod, but it is only 21 frets. So I know some people say that bothered them, but I don't know. It's just kind of a cool thing. It makes this guitar a little bit more different, and again, changes the way that you think. So, anyways, here's some tones. Alright gang, what do you think? I think this guitar still stands up. I still love that I got it. And at one point last year, I thought about getting rid of this guitar. Not because there was anything wrong with it. I was just thinking, like, I don't really want to have all these signature guitars of other people. I just play my own guitars. I did a whole video talking about signature guitars. And, picking this guitar up and playing it made me realize, I'm like, no way, man, this guitar makes me feel like a kid. And, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to be Jakey Lee, but man, I sure do love his playing. And I owe him a lot for the inspiration over the years. So I'm so glad I didn't get rid of this one. In fact, I have doubled down and got another Jakey Lee that you guys have already seen. So other than that, check these out. Thank you all, as always, for watching the video. Thanks to Sweetwater for sponsoring it. And just know that I appreciate you guys. All right, later, homies. And look at this. An actual high five out of here with no hand splint. Come on, let's hope it just keeps getting better. All right, later, guys.